And see, now he's kind of doing it to himself. I'm just holding some tension on here, but see, he's thinking about laying down right now, so I release some slack. He's thinking about laying down right there. So now I'm just going to real easy, just let him have his foot back. We're going to lead him kind of to the middle of the pen here. And so if I do get him to lay down, don't move fast. Just be as still as you can. Don't do any moving around. Because it might make him struggle more than he has to. So see, I'll put my pressure here. And I know we've gone in a hurry, but I showed him how to get away from this pressure. So I'm going to kind of put a little more on here. I'm going to head this way. I need his foot up just a little bit more. I'm going to approach him and see what he does. See if he'll let me rub on him. See if he'll let me take this rope up a little bit more. He did. And now I'm going to put 1 half hitch over him. Not a half hitch, 1 wrap, 2 wraps. So I can let his leg go if I need to because you got mule hide. But I can also hold it so he can't just jerk it away from me real easy. And now, see, he's thinking about laying down right now, so we're not going to do anything. He's thinking about it right now. He's like, man, I could probably lay down right here. Now he's not thinking about laying down, so I'm going to put a little pressure on him. Now he's thinking about laying down, I'm going to release him. See how he works his mouth off that immediately? You're all right, bro. He's like, you're not the one with your foot tied up. So now he's not thinking about it. I'm going to put pressure on my rope hand. Struggle. Hang in here. We're all right. We're all right. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I know. You think it's over with. I got you. And this is what I figured would show up. So you got to be careful not to get clawed in the face because it'll happen. See how he's trying to bite this rope? That's that little bit of aggression I was telling you about. He's starting to see the writing on the wall a little bit. He's like, oh man, I'm not sure how I feel about this. See what he's doing with his mouth? You see that? That's some serious anxiety. But what you don't want to do in this situation is rip him over. If you just try and bamboozle him and pull him over, you're going to have a mess. And like I said, don't get pawed in the face. That wouldn't be good. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of pressure here, see if we can get him to kneel or think about laying down. Right now he's shut down. He's not really participating. He just kind of shut down. Now his mind's coming back a little bit. The biggest thing I'm worried about is him flipping over backwards. If he looks like he's going to flip over backwards, I'm going to rip all these wraps off. Got to keep him away from the fence. Keep him away from your face. Is this pretty? No. Does this horse have some for real anxiety? Yes. But when it's got to a point where it's this stinking bad, it takes someone like me to hang in here and get through it. And when the behaviors become this callous, there's not going to be anything easy about it. And there shouldn't be, because he didn't get this way overnight. It took some time. Now we're putting a little pressure on him. See, right now, he's thought about laying down, but he doesn't really believe that it's a viable option. Man, doesn't that make you feel bad for him? Now I'm going to put some pressure on him because he's not really exploring. He's just kind of gone stiff on us again. Now we get quiet because he's thinking about laying down. You don't pull him down right here. Now we'll start again. And you see, if you're going to interrupt in this with a horse that's pretty troubled, you better be ready to move your feet. And you guys have seen me lay down horses on videos before, and they're a lot easier to do. But like we're saying, this horse has dealt with quite a few years of less than ideal things. So he's trying biting your stirrup and stuff like that. It's just releasing aggression and anxiety. Be careful right there being in between the fence and him, because he may move quicker than I can stop him. There's the bite in the stirrup again. And now there's another step a guy can go to help lay one down. And it would be to use the halter to help put him in a bind to lay him down. But there's a very specific reason I'm not doing that. And that's that this horse can hardly stand having his leg and having a little tension put on him. If I went to throw this halter on him over the other side, we'd end up in a great big mess. Dude, you can do you, but don't run me over doing it. There's a little try. You see him starting to rock back to lay down? Oh, but then he rooted on me. Then he rooted on me again. Be ready to move your feet. Be ready. Watch yourself. There he's trying to bite my rope. He's like, what in the heck do I got on me? Look at that. See, he's starting to get the idea. Good boy. Here comes the struggle. Let's struggle that time. You get over here, you're going to catch one in the nose, buddy. You can see this horse does a lot of pulling on a person. This is all what we're working through, and this is kind of a reason why we're doing this. It's because I know we can get through this together, and he'll be quite a bit more at peace once we get there. But we can't be in a hurry to do it, you know. It takes the time that it takes. So now, because he's kind of not, you know, he's not really trying, and he's pulling on me a ton this way, and my arm's starting to get a little sore. I'm going to chuck this over. I'm going to chuck this over here. And now, you got to have quick feet once you do this. So, now, I'm going to use my lead rope to help with the laying down. See, I got my flexion over here. Can't do too much. He's probably going to kind of wig out anyways. But you got to be careful not to do too much here. What I'd like is for him to lay himself down. But he's showing us that he's a little too nervous to do that. Now I'm going to give him his head back, because I see something that needs to be addressed. This back cinch needs to be tightened, because when he does lay down, when he goes to get up, he can run a foot through it. So I'm going to kind of snug this up. Back cinches aren't on our saddle to be loose. We got to remember that, because when they're loose, that's when they cause problems. When they're snug, they can be helpful. So now we'll start again. We gave him a little break there. Another thing, if you're doing this, make sure you got all your ropes and stuff organized so you don't you minimize your risk to get hurt. See, right there, I could have he-manned this horse over right there, but I would be doing him so dirty, and he wouldn't want to lay down. See, there's a little effort right there. But we're going to wait because he's still pulling on me. See, I had to ditch my lead rope because I got a stinking fence, and this horse is pretty skilled at trying every damn boundary in the book. So now we're just going to lead his butt over. And you can see he's at the place where he's going in between shut down and active. Shut down and active. And it would have been real easy for me to get him in a big wreck and possibly kill him if I would let him flip over and hit his head on that fence. And this is the hard thing, because I'd like to just do it in this arena, but this sucker might very well drag me around the whole arena. Gosh, he's pulling. He's strong. So that's a big part of this too. We got to get to where his first instinct is to turn loose, to give. And I guess really the reason we're doing this is because sometimes this is how things go. I've done this quite a bit, and I've worked with some horses that are this difficult to do it. But they're this difficult because people cause this. And you got to realize this is not a natural response to this. If you got a colt and you're doing this and you're having this much trouble, you're going about it the wrong way. And for those of you that understand horsemanship, you can see I'm really giving this horse every benefit of the doubt and not forcing him into it. And if you can see that, you can probably also see why I'm not forcing him into it, because it wouldn't work out well for either of us. So the reason having the lead rope this way, it puts him into flexion so he can back on a diagonal, and which allows him to kind of bow and lay down pretty easy, or easier than if you didn't have him in any flexion. But right now, he's just shut down and he's leaning against me, and I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to wait. He'll come around. We might be here 30 more minutes, but he'll come around. And you got to be aware that when he does kind of get this sorted, or he gets on the fight because he's like, oh gosh, I got nowhere else to go. So you got to be prepared for what might come next. But right now, his head weighs about 100 pounds, and it's halfway across that horn. It's kind of miserable. So I'm going to put a little pressure on him, see if we can get any kind of change. See, now, if I let go, he would fall over because he's leaning so hard against me. So watch. I'm going to slowly let go and watch what happens. See the weight start to shift. Now I'm going to go back. He's trying some things. See there how his weight dumped? Here comes either a fight or a lay down, right here. He's either going to make it or he's going to fight like a son of a gun right now. I don't know if you could hear it on that phone, but he just kind of let out a grunt, a moan almost. He's going through some. Is he working his mouth right now? No. He is going through about the worst thing you can go through if you're a horse mentally. Right now, this horse thinks he's going to die. And we're showing him that he's not. Don't move. You hear that? That's the evil shit that people do to horses. And you see how he's completely being submissive now? He just struggled his ass off harder than he's ever maybe struggled in his life. And now I'm going to try and free his leg here without scaring him. Hopefully. Sorry, buddy. If I walk over there right now, he's going to get up. So we're just going to stay here. Cameraman's not going to move. I'm not going to move. We're going to kind of just see what he does. And if he stays, I'm going to work my way over there and move that stirrup so he can lay down. But you got to realize, we just struggled like hell at this. Him and me. And what I hope you can see, and I hope you watched it all the way to the end and didn't just watch the troublesome part, but we went through some pretty darn dark stuff. Did I bang on him? No. Did I rip on him? No. But we went through some stuff. And you got to realize that sometimes that's going to happen with your horses. And see how he's waiting here? It's because he's finding peace in it. And he didn't know he could find peace here. If I would have yanked him over, as soon as he would have hit the ground, he wouldn't have tried to lay down flat like he did. He would have bounced right back up and come up just fighting. See, now he's thinking about just rocking over. Now he might think about getting up. hear all this coming out of him? This is 12 years worth of hate and lying. 12 years, buddy. I'd be way worse after 12 years of that. I would have stabbed me if I was him. Okay, so now I'm going to approach. Things to be careful of. When he goes to get up, the feet. Now, I don't want to do too much because I'll cause him to get up. And he might get up. That's okay. But I'm going to try and maneuver myself in a way that I can come over here and I can rub on him. But you're going to have to watch kind of how I go about things. And I might screw it up. I might do too much. I might not even do too much. He might even be at a point where he just can't handle it. See, we're right there. He's thinking about getting up. I'm going to say, no, man. You just wait right there, buddy. You're doing great. So now, I'm going to do a little preventative measure. I wanted him to lay down on the other side, but the way it worked out, he laid down on this side. So I'm going to put this stirrup over this side and tie it, and the other stirrup over the other side. So when he goes to lay down, he can lay all the way flat and not have a stirrup in his belly, which is what happened this last time. Still be careful. He can still rear up and spin around and knock your teeth out. Man, you sure like making me work hard. I love this horse a lot, just like I love every horse. He just doesn't quite know it yet. Okay. Get all my stuff organized again. And we're going to go back to work. But what I want you to see is I'm not pulling on him. He's pulling on me. All of this is gradual. There's no surprise, no trying to get the better of it. It's all gradual. There's the idea, release a little pressure. Don't release altogether. Release a little pressure. He's not thinking about it. Add a little pressure. He's thinking about it, but he's not committed. I don't want you to fall over. I want you to lay down. And it does not mean that things won't get worse before they get better. We were so close to laying down, but with that, he's more vulnerable. So if he feels like he can get out, he's going to try everything, and he should. Because the way he's had to live his life, he's had to defend himself. And by laying him down, what I'm showing him is, you get in the position of which you would die if you were outside, on the ground. That's where you get eaten. Usually when they're on their feet, they're fine. But laying down, they're going to get munched on. And what I'm trying to show him is he can be vulnerable enough to allow me to lay him down. And I'll do nothing but love on him and make it easy. But when he's fighting and struggling, and I'm really trying to present him a nice deal, we've got to kind of hang in there and persevere a little bit. See, I would give to him, but he's just ripping on me right now. I've probably got about 300 pounds in my hands right now, and it hurts. Don't let go. Don't let go. And that's why I didn't let go, because that was coming, and I could feel it. And I've done it enough times. Ease up when he starts to ease up. You see, I was pulling pretty hard, but he gave me a little bit, so I gave back. Now he's just kind of cinching into me. Now he wants to fall over the other way. Good job. Don't move. Don't move too much. Got to be careful here in front of him. But I'm taking a risk because I'd like to get this halter but I think I got my halter dallied in here somehow. Or it's stuck underneath it. Stuck on something. So what I'm going to slowly do, I prefer to do it with this halter, but I got to pick this up so he don't lay on it. But I'm not going to pull him over. I'm just going to invite, little pressure, invite him to lay down. Pressure, prepare. Restart. If I turn him loose right now, he's still on the fight. He hasn't turned loose. That's why I want to wait till he lays down, and if he'll start to give to me because he's figuring out that I'm not going to eat him when he lays down, he might lay down how I'd like him to, which is on his left side, not his right. But he says, Tristen, I'm having a hell of a time with that, buddy. So now, I think I got my, come back to me, come back to me, come back to me. See, he's shutting me out right now, so I got to get his mind back, give him a little rub, grab my halter rope, take my halter rope, put it over here, take it, flip it over my horn here, and now, smooth draw. You pull a horse like this and you're going to have hell to pay. As soon as he relaxes, I let his leg rest. And now Trent's not going to move, and I'm... Okay. So, there's good feedback. But right there, you could see we almost got 100% of the way through it. But we ended up getting about 80% of the way through it. He's going to take a break. I'm going to take a break. We're going to sit here, let him chill, and then we're going to start again here in a minute.